Match number 6, that's right, 6 folks, would see a Taipei death match, a grudge match between Franco Fate and Brett Semtex. These two just, it was a vicious start. Semtex would be beating down on Franco Fate from the start and busting wide open. Fate was not done though. He would grab hold of the light tube, but Semtex would just punch right through it and send Fate to the outside. He'd hit with some light tubes and then some chair shots. Eventually, Fate would get in some light tube shots of his own and then cannonball into Semtex. Some more light tube shots on the outside and he would dig it into Semtex's head, making Semtex bleed. Fate would hit the scoop slam for an early 2 count and then he would fire Semtex into a door and then just unleash with light tube after light tube after light tube shot and carry on a beatdown. At this point, Semtex would fire up and hit an explosive suplex, then a stalling suplex for a 2 count of his own. Yeah, Semtex then would just get his own back with the light tubes, just multitude of shots. Just honestly, like using light tubes like they're going out of fashion. Fate would hit a razor's edge on Semtex through a door, but only for a 1 count. Semtex was so fired up at this point, he did a spear as he got up, but for a 2 count, he grabbed hold of a pane of glass and hit a fireman's carry slam, but only for a 1 count, because Fate would fire up himself. But at this point, Semtex turned a little bit nasty. He'd grab hold of some salt and pour it all over Fate. That had to hurt. Honestly, salt in open wounds. Ouch. They'd trade blows, and eventually Semtex would hit a sit-out pile drive for a 2 count, and then he'd lock in the crippler crossface, and Franco Fate would tap out at this point. Now, Fate gave a great showing of himself. He refused to lay down, refused to go quietly in this one. He gave a great showing. This was an ultimate grudge match and definitely one for the ages. He gave a great showing of himself, as he always does whenever I get to see him, so love seeing Fate in action. Semtex, he's a fighter, he's a brawler through and through. Again, he's never say die attitude. He just gives his all once he gets in that ring, and that's why the CXW fans love him. He knows how to play dirt if he needs to, but locking in the crippler crossface and making your opponent tap out, that is just, for me, you know, that's the best way to win a match. You've made your man tap. Brilliant way to win the match. Anyway, if you ever get a chance to see either of these two guys live in action, I thoroughly recommend that you do so for yourselves.